Alright, BobalosRex here, and today I'm finally doing it. I'm finally doing my boss ranking slash tier list for Nerub-ar Palace. I know it's been a while. Uh, I got ahead of the curve before the Christmas break our guild had. We got Ansarek down. Heroic, not mythic. So this is going to be based off heroic clear from a casual raider. You know, I got a guild, we do it at our pace, and we get it done each tier. And it's much better than when I was running it and I had nobody showing up, and then uh, it's even better than when my guild had attendance before that. So that's what we're looking at. Casual, Bob's casual, Nerub-ar Palace, boss tier list. All right. So I have my own ranking system, and I'm actually going to try to get a better ranking system, but I'm actually going to use it for this. And maybe I'm going to work out the kinks. But I'm judging each fight because remember, this is all subjective, especially when it comes to difficulty. So you have a boss look, and you have the fight look. Does the boss look cool? Does the fight look cool? Is the fight fun? And how difficult is the fight? I definitely need to work on that because difficulty, a fight could be super hard, which is what I would give a 10, but it not be fun, but then it gets more points. So my system needs some work, but it does work in ranking the bosses for this raid to me from what I got here. So we're just going to use it temporarily. And I am going to work on my new system because especially if people want to see more rankings from me, I want to have a solid system. Alright, so let's start off with the first boss. Ulgrax. Okay. Big Chumbus. It was a meme in my guild that he rides on a Sea-Doo. What is a Sea-Doo? Oh my god, it's a jet ski. Alright, I didn't really get the joke that much, but it's funny. Everyone has a good time with him. And he actually did pretty well. So he would be, I'm going to put him at, where would I put these? So I got ranking. So he's a B. He's a solid B. I like him enough. He may be the bottom of A, actually. He may be, I think he's the bottom of A, according to this ranking. So we'll put him there for right now. All right, then we got, but yeah, I love this fight. I like it enough. You know, is he a new fresh model? Not really. We've seen this model before, but he's a big boy. He does these freaking dashes. You gotta feed him. The feeding, but it's something. You got the dodging. You got a little ad phase. It's not too bad for a first boss. You got webs to dodge, setting the standard for the raid. You know what? I'm gonna put him in a B. I'm gonna put him in a B, but for a first boss, he seems decent. Alright, so I think that score is B. He's the top of B. Then we're going to talk about Bloodbound Horror. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Bloodbound Horror, but he's not the worst, okay? He looks alright. The fight looks good, alright? Visually, he looks okay, and then the fight looks better than that, okay? And then as far as fight fun, I actually have a good time with him. You got the laser that you'd have to do. Now, this is coming from a healer perspective. For most of this, I was healing early bosses. Later bosses, I was DPS. Because that's when our healers came back. But a lot of this is from the healer perspective. And then the later bosses are just purely DPS, by the way. But I have healed each of the fights on normal. So I put Bloodbound Horn C. It's alright. Now, Sikrin, I hate. I hate Sikrin. Every week when we're walking up to Sikrin, I'm just like, I hate this block. First time healing it sucked. I had to heal it the first time. That sucked. When you're doing that fight for the first time ever, fresh, what the hell? And our heroic, he was a pain for a little bit. We got him. I think our first time getting to him, we got him each night. But, geez. It was so hectic. And then someone goofed something up. You're like, all right, this is gonna hurt. But yeah, I'm not a fan of that fight. He don't look cool. He don't look cool. The fight don't look cool. The fight ain't fun. And guess what? The fight don't look good. So, D. I guess this just goes down to D, so that'll work. Then we got... Though, he would be on the F. He would be on the F. You know, I may want to... Here. You know what? Can I add? How do I add? Add a row below. There we go. Freaking amazing, I can't remember. Yeah, he's F. He's F. Get down there. Bye-bye. Alright. Rashanon. I really like Rashanon. Rashanon's A. The name, great. The fight, she's back as a Dev Evoker. It kind of sucked, though. But healing is fine. Everyone stays group. One thing out, one thing in. You go chase the boss over there. You interrupt, you soak, you pull. Boss is a repeat from a dungeon, but it is a cool new model. How you fight it is kind of cool. The fight looks good. The fight is fun for me. And it is not that difficult. It's not that difficult, but I did give it a score. I gave it a high score in difficulty, mainly because... Actually, I am going to keep its high score in difficulty, because here's the thing. It takes as long as it takes for the slowest person to figure out the wave mechanic. Alright? Because you can RNG get through the fight easy. But then when you're trying to, on weekly farm, you're going to realize who don't know it. And you're going to be like, oh no, they got it. Run this way! No! Ah! I like it though. I like that fight. Alright, then next up, Kaiveza, another great fight. Yeah, I'll keep it A. So Kaiveza's the top of A. Yes, I like my ranking now. I understand it. Now I understand it. So Kaiveza is the top of A. Kaiveza looks cool. I know she's kind of like, we've seen this ethereal model before, but the blades, the weapons she dropped, she got a cool trinket. Weapon action looks good. Fight looks cool. Fight is fun for me. And the fight's got a little difficulty to it. It's got a little difficulty to it. The freaking 10% execute. Ooh. As a healer, dude, we were doing heroic with fresh healers, man. Ooh. That was spicy. I had just leveled my monk too. That was fun. But I still had fun, so I really like that fight. Then we got Brood Twister. I feel like I gave Brood Twister... We had a bad experience with Brood Twister, but Brood Twister is technically on the tier of this, but I'm gonna minus 2 points. We wiped too much on Brood Twister, man. This fight kind of sucked on heroic. And I heard on Mythic it's worse, dude. Brood Twister sucked. Not as bad as Sikrin to me. Like, I literally, when we're walking up to Sikrin, for some reason, I'm just like, oh, this fucking loser boss, why is he here? It's just a loser boss. Ugh. And then Openax just, ugh. It's just rough. Nothing against Openax. The boss look is just, it's a cahoon. The fight looks okay. That's why I gave it points. It looks good. Like, when you're in the room, you're like, oh yeah, this is a nest. I'm in a Zerg nest. Alright. Basically. Alright, now my two S tiers. Silken Court, they look cool. The fight is fun. You got the web. You gotta web them. Then you get your boost phase. As a devastation, you're just like, stand close. The fight is so fun on dev. When the ads are close, thank you. Alright, it's so great. It's so good. I was webbing at first, but then I had to heal, and I stopped webbing, and then I didn't have to web, and then when we got to heroic, just one group had to web, so I was like, I guess I'm not webbing, but for a little bit, webbing was fun. But not having a web was good too. Just seeing it, I didn't really have to do the spells because I wasn't healing. I barely got the dispel thing, so I barely had to deal with that. So the fight was just blast, and it just looked cool. It felt fun. It did have some difficulty to it, a little bit, but not too bad by the time we got to it. And it was just good. It was just good. That's why I gave it a good score in difficulty. I don't think it's that difficult, but it's fun difficult. Because it did take us some tries. But for me, it's not that difficult to understand, but it's fun. So, and then Answerect is also up there. I want to give the top to Answerect, but Silken Court it's close. Answerect has a phase where you bounce up. Learning that on Heroic, getting your people timing, that was fun. That took the longest, right? Getting people doing the bombs right, not goofing it up. I had my faults in it too. I've had my wipes with that, because with Evoker, you can overshoot and hit that, right? So I'd be further away, hover, and then get to it, is usually what I would end up doing. Using your Flame Breath as Evoker, hitting Answerect, but it's just fun little stuff. You got, like I said, you got the bouncing, you got the web pulling phase, then the ads are kind of smooth, but they do add a little something, and then you're bouncing. So she looks good, fight looks good, the fight is fun for me. Once you get to phase 3 on Heroic, you're like, blast. And then overall difficulty, I don't think phase 1 is the most difficult, the rest not so much. But yeah, I think she's the best. Silken Clerk goes second, then Kaiveza, Rashanan, and then the rest kind of just... But yeah, Ograx was alright. Dude, these guys suck. I feel like people are going to be like, no, his fight isn't that bad. But I don't know. I just feel walking up to this loser, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, we got to do the fight. First boss, second boss, you're like, okay, these guys, and then you're just like, oh, we got to do this weird guy with the Shadow Clone Jutsu over here. And then you get to do Rashanan, and then other stuff. But yeah, I can't wait for the next raid, though. But that's my overall ranking of Nerub-ar Palace. Overall, I'd say the raid was good. Overall, the raid was good, as you can see, shown here. Overall, good. Some stinkers, in my opinion. And, yeah. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Hopefully, next raids will be out a little bit sooner in relation. We'll have to see. I still don't have the Answerect mount. Per mount, not the mythic one, the normal one, dropped 3 times on the same person. The same person got the mount 3 times. And I lost the roll for the extras. I mean, and someone else got it too. Like, what the hell? What the hell? I need that mount. Anyways, I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.